Hello, everybody. We are here for Kelly's session 0 for her character, Winnifred. This is Kelly's first introduction to the character playing it, because this is, again, before the campaign starts, but you're seeing it after the campaign has started, so fun time stuff. And I've never played anything for Winnifred before, too, so this is all fun introduction times. Yay! It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm pretty excited. And as we're pre-campaign, the build-up's coming. It's exciting. So I'm hoping everything's going well for the campaign at this point. Good luck, future people. Hopefully all is good.
We make it past the first few. Maybe it'll be the opposite of like Vegan Babies, where we're gonna like hit the ground running this time.
You
we're
could,
gonna, like,
yeah. Might
awesome.
be amazing. Impressive, good rolls all the time. I'm looking forward to it. So
we'll see.
I'm hoping it's good. But I guess we'll see. In 1 week, actually, from today, this is 1 week prior to the start of the campaign, we're doing this, so cool. All right, but tonight, Winnifred, this session, let me turn on the music as well I have prepared for this. Winnifred, this takes place about 5 or 6 months before the start of the campaign. So this is post-Shutter times. You are still living with your parents, as not being successful in school has made it so that you don't really have options for a dorm in the school, so moving back in with parents is kind of the route that you have to take. But
yeah,
but you do get up this morning. It's a fairly nice day. There's a couple clouds in the sky as you wake up. But you're able to begin your day. What would you do to start your day?
you said we live on like school grounds, right?
Yep. There is sort of a faculty housing building that your parents would reside in. You have a room in their quarters.
I think I'd start my day by kind of like forlornly looking out the window, because the school grounds are a reminder of my failure. I'm just gonna get up and start to get dressed and make the most of the day that I have, since I have all of the time in the world on my hands.
Yeah, you get up, get dressed, head in maybe for some breakfast. You can hear your mom is sort of singing as she's making some breakfast in the main quarters in the kitchen. And she sees you come in. Good morning, Winnifred. Care for some eggs?
Yes, please. And I'll sit down.
And she'll get you a plate with some. You notice on the counter there is a letter there, along with a picture of your cousin, Clarice, who is still back from where you're from. She's still living there. And there's a brief letter that's written out that's sitting there next to you on the counter there.
Does it look like it's kind of like not like it's just out in the open? It's not like it, you know.
It's just out in the open.
Okay. I guess I'll start reading it, and I'll kind of look over while kind of I'm like making a little tower with my food, and then I'm kind of just reading like as I'm stacking up my things with my hands.
So as you kind of scan the letter, begin to read a little bit of it here. It's from your aunt writing to your mother about how well Clarice has been doing in school, and she's been passing all these tests to be certified for various things. Her magic prowess is continuing to grow, and she's becoming more and more respected. She's been offered numerous jobs for her abilities, and it's just on and on, bragging about how amazing Clarice is and speaking well of her.
I like am reading down, and I'm like, and then I look at my little tower I made. I'm gonna quickly like use my fork and kind of like make everything back to normal, so I like before anyone notices that I'm doing weird things, and then kind of like push the letter just a little bit away and just sort of like start eating, kind of like glumly.
your mom looks over. Oh, did you see the letter about Clarice?
Yeah, I saw. She's succeeding as always, isn't she?
Oh, yes, she's doing quite well, it sounds like. Very impressive. I'm sure her mother is proud of what she's been doing.
Yeah, sure. Have you written her back at all, or are you planning on writing her back?
Oh, yes, I'll plan to write her back today.
Are you going to tell her about my whole thing, or... You don't have to mention me. You can just pretend I don't know. You don't have to mention me at all.
I'll tell her you're doing well, and you are healthy, and... Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you can tell her that. That's fine. Those things are true, I guess. Okay. Where's Dad? Where's he at right now?
Oh, he is probably in his office. If you can bring him a plate if you'd like, and she scoops up some eggs and puts them on a plate.
Okay, I'll do that. And I'll take it and then kind of shuffle into where my dad is.
Thank you. As you walk off.
Yeah.
But your dad is in his office. He's poring over a bunch of different texts that are out and papers everywhere. And you know there's like an organized chaos here, but it just looks like chaos to an outside eye because it's stacks and piles of everything all over the place.
I'm gonna just kind of like on like the door frame or door whatever like is there.
And they'll look back at you.
Do you want any breakfast? Mom made food.
Oh, yes, of course. Please, thank you.
Shuffle it and kind of put it down. What you doing?
Oh, there's just this fascinating text I'm reading about the various fungi that can grow underground and what can be done, maybe some properties that can be used to enhance various potions. I plan to pass this along to the alchemy department.
Do you need help? That sounds interesting.
Yes, I mean, if you would like to. I'm working on translation right now and the measurements to make sure they all equal. So he'll slide over a little bit. And it's written in some pretty strange language from what you would probably be used to seeing, but do you have a lot of language proficiencies? I can't remember what you got.
I don't.
Let's see. Celestial, Common, Elvish?
Yeah, I had Celestial language, and I have like some history, stuff like that, but I don't know if that would...
Okay. I mean, as you look at this, it looks similar in nature to kind of the Kith or Elvish language that you would know. It's just slightly different, though. There's various things, different characters that aren't quite what you remember. If you want to roll an intelligence roll, you can.
Yeah, I'm going to try it. All right, first roll is Winnifred. See how she does.
First roll,
just a straight intelligence roll.
Yep.
And I know I'm level 1, so I'm just going straight.
Whatever your modifier is.
Roll?
Yep.
Oh, okay, I can add okay.
So whatever your intelligence modifier is.
It's +0.
+0, perfect.
Come on, girly. No, not very good. Okay, nope, it's just a 5, so I don't know.
Okay.
It's really just falling flat.
Some of the characters look somewhat familiar. But you're not quite sure exactly what language this is, and again, it's just not making sense for you. You're just kind of staring at the paper and just nothing's coming to you.
I'm like panicking because I really wanted to like impress him and help, but I'm just like staring at this thing and like looking up and trying to like see if there's anything that can give me like an indicator of what I'm looking at, and I'm just starting to sweat and just staring.
A little bit of eating and him writing some things. He kind of looks back at you. You all right?
I don't know. Must be a little rusty on this. I don't know what some of these things say.
No worries. I will take this, and he kind of slides the paper away.
I'm gonna feel like I really wanted to help. I'm sorry.
No worries. You brought me breakfast. That's a big help for energy to prepare for my studies. So thank you for that.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go. I don't know, to my room probably. Bye.
Is that your plans for the day? Just stay in your room all day?
I don't know. I mean, I'll see what I can find to do. But yeah, the day's young. I'll find something. Kind of shuffle away.
The fresh air would be good, most likely, and just gets back to his work as you leave.
I'm gonna kind of again forlornly sort of go and like go back to my room and kind of just sit there for a second and like look around at like, and I have like a bunch of my room has like a bunch of like drawings that I've done of like different like creatures and monsters. I'm kind of just looking at my drawings and I'm like, okay, well, I feel sort of like childish. I don't want to be. I'm gonna look around at stuff to do for the day and see if I can find anything that maybe I can preoccupy myself with.
Okay. It's like in your room or elsewhere?
In my room.
In your room? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can read some books. You can do more
Actually,
monster things, drawings.
Am I able to do, do I have pets?
I believe you said you had a rat, right?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know if it was like, I haven't a rat yet. I'm gonna take my rat out and I'm just gonna like pet my rat and like talk to him. Like, just like hang out for a little bit and let him look at my window and let him hang out while I like read or something.
So yeah, a little bit of time kind of with the rat. You're playing, sitting on the ground and the rat's like roaming around the room. Take it up to the window, take a look out. Outside of your window, you look down, you see a bit of the courtyard. And you see your mentor, Ernest. He's out there currently kind of wrapping up what looks like a bit of a class. He's kind of giving a bit of a lecture at this point. But he's just standing out there with these students.
Am I able to hear, like, you said it's by my window, right?
Yep.
Am I able to like hear anything? Like if I either open the window or like push my ear to the window, can I hear anything that's like
You can roll me a perception roll.
I don't know my modifiers yet. Oh, it's much better. Sorry. 17.
17. Yeah, he kind of continues to his lecture as you're listening in about finding kind of like inner self-confidence and using that to help fuel your abilities and to strike true when you need to, and to like focus your body even, and kind of be able to command your own body to do what you'd want it to do. And there's various discussions about that. He's kind of teaching his students as you're listening in, but he sounds like he's wrapping up at this point.
I'm like listening, like trying to like hear, and then I'll like look at my rat. My rat's name is Philip. Like,
Philip.
That's what's wrong with me, Philip. Like, I don't know, I'm bad at magic because I don't have confidence. I'm bad at confidence too. And I'm gonna try and be like, concentrate on like, be confident. I just keep saying to myself, be confident. I'm just kind of like sitting there trying to like make myself be confident.
Well, you're sitting there like, be confident, you get a knock on the door. Are you all right, Winnifred?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, we're going to go. We have classes, so
All right, have a good day.
Yep, and make today a productive one. And you hear her kind of walk down the hallway. Boy.
Okay.
You kind of get this sense of your parents again. There's maybe a little bit of disapproval from kind of how things have turned out. They're very go-getters. They like to achieve a lot. And
Okay. I'm gonna like go back to focusing on try to be confident today. See how it works.
But as you kind of look out the window once more, you watch as Ernest dismisses the students, and they all kind of go their separate directions. And he looks to be kind of cleaning up his various equipment, and there's some weapons laid out, some other things, some texts that he's starting to gather up from the surrounding area.
And is he a person? You said he was my mentor before. Is he like a person I feel comfortable with, like I know pretty well?
Oh yeah, he's very warm to you and enjoys seeing you. So
okay, I'm gonna put Philip back in his little area, and kind of get some stuff together. And I'm gonna try and go down and meet him, like catch him before he leaves.
Okay. Yeah, you hustle down, and kind of just as he's beginning to gather the last few like quarterstaffs and put them all kind of together and bundle them up, he turns to see you. And, good morning, Winnifred. How are you this day?
I'm sorry, it's Ernest, right? I'm looking at
Ernest. Yep.
Okay, Ernest. Hi. I just I don't know. I was listening to the last year lesson. I didn't know if you had any I don't know, because I can hear it from my room. I wasn't being weird. I just heard it. You know, I was right there.
Keen ears.
I didn't know if you had any...
like to hear that.
Yeah. I didn't know if you had any tips on how to. You said it mentioned confidence and like maybe that helping. I don't know if you had any tips for that or something. Because I don't know if I'm very good at that, and I don't know if I'm very good at many things, and so I just want to maybe learn how to be better at everything. And maybe getting confident is the first step. I don't know.
Don't we all just want to be better at everything? Yes. But
yeah.
Well, I've told you, one of the most important things is practice and the willingness to try new things and learn from failures. That is always important in progression.
Okay. What if, like, I don't know, like in my case, it's like a really big failure and you feel like you've tried a lot and it's not really doing anything and you feel like you just keep failing. Then what?
Some people just learn differently than others. And you just need to find your path. I've seen your drawings, and you seem very interested in the monsters of the world.
They're cool. I mean, yeah, they're cool. I don't know, but that doesn't seem to really be. I don't know. No one really thinks that's a valuable skill necessarily. It doesn't make me a achiever to draw monsters in my room by myself.
Well, yes. Many more are interested in ridding the world of the monsters right now. But I think study of them is also an important skill to have. We could learn much, help people deal with these monsters in ways that can help save lives.
It'd be way better than ridding the world of them. They could be, I don't know, maybe could be our friends, or I could just study them, or find out where they get their power from. I don't know. So I think, at least. But yeah, I would go out there again, but and they are a little dangerous still, and I feel like I don't really have the ability to help myself really, but protect myself, you know.
That is true. There are some dangers, so do use caution. But
okay.
It's good for you to continue your studies. I'm sure there are some texts that you could find in the library that maybe you can learn about various monsters that people are studying and help you grow in that.
Okay, I guess I'll do that. Anyway, thanks. I'll talk to you later.
Have a wonderful
day. I
day.
guess I'll head towards the library. Yeah, you too.
As you kind of begin to move towards the library, you hear a, hey, over here.
I look around. Do I see anyone?
You look over and you see a younger girl. She looks like she's one of the students there, and she kind of motions you over. Hey, come here.
What? What's going on? What?
And she looks at you and just, I heard you talking to Professor Ernest over there.
Yeah.
You like monster hunting?
Hunting? I don't know. I just like monsters.
Monsters.
Yeah, monsters. Why, do you like monsters?
Oh, yeah. Monsters are great.
Wait, really? Well, you said hunting. Do you hurt them?
No. But.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Where do you find them? Do you go out and look for them? What do you do?
There's a whole bunch of them in the woods from what I've seen.
Okay. How do you protect yourself against them? Do they hurt you?
No, I just hide. Make sure I don't get seen.
Really? And they don't see you?
I mean, if you stay hidden. I had to run away a few times. But you want to come with me? I got some time.
Yeah, I'll come with you. You want me to go with you? Are you sure?
Yeah, sure. Why not? You can be quiet, right?
I think. I don't know. I don't really try that hard, but yeah, maybe. I think.
Be
if
quiet.
I'm not, then
yeah,
we can
quiet.
just. Okay. Wait, what's your name?
Oh, my name's Paula.
Paula? Hi, Paula. I'm Winnie. Are you a student here? Do you have class soon?
Yeah, I mean, I got a little bit of free time before my next class, but are you a student here?
Sort of. Kind of between being a student and not being a student, but I have lots of time right now, so we should go now.
Okay. Yeah, sure. She'll
Okay.
kind of begin to lead you out through the city. You leave the campus ground and start walking through the city closer towards the western side of it, where there is the forest that you've heard many stories about some horrific things that have been found in these forests. But as you're going, Paula just continues, yeah, I mean, there's ruins you can hide in, and you can get a good vantage point and survey and see some of the monsters that are kind of wandering through the area. There's some really weird bugs that you might find. I've seen some really weird squirrel looking things too, their teeth growing super long and they have huge claws.
It all sounds really exciting. They just out and around? You don't ever get hurt?
Well, yeah, if you stay away from them. Some of them are more scared of you, I think, than anything, but...
Okay. Yeah, let's keep a lookout then. I'd like to see all those things.
Yeah, I mean, you watch my back, I'll watch your back, just in case anything happens.
Okay.
Okay. So, you continue to head out of the forest, out towards the forest, and she kind of goes away where she sneaks out, not through the main gate.
Hi.
She leads you that way.
Do I know any, are we allowed to be out of, in the forest and stuff, or do I know anything about that? If that's... So
the forest, again, is extremely dangerous, and there are guards who are located along the walls to protect people from getting in. You have walls on this city to prevent monsters from getting in, and most people would probably try to prevent you from going out just on your own into the woods.
So I'll kind of see that and I guess I'll kind of keep, I guess just follow her, and because I'm more interested than I am nervous about getting in trouble.
So she just kind of helps you through a little section where you can hop over the wall and slide down. And she just kind of keeps looking around. Okay, follow me, come on. You hustle through and into the woods, sort of between the patrols of various guards that are in the area. But this is the first time you've been in the woods in quite some time. You've explored this area before. You're somewhat familiar with the surrounding area. There's definitely some buildings that were in the woods that people built, kind of some structures and fortifications out there that you haven't been to in quite some time. But Paula continues to lead you through and just looking around. Right now, I'm going to ask you to roll a stealth roll as you are heading out. So that's a dex check for you.
You said straight dex, not like myself.
Yep, just a straight dex check.
Luckily, I'm good with. Let's see if I do anything. 14. Or no, I'm sorry, 15.
15. Okay. So the two of you kind of wander deeper into the woods, and I know where there's this old building. Maybe we can find something cool inside of it too.
Okay. Do I get a sense of like, because obviously I'm doing something very out of the ordinary right now. Do I get a sense that this is like fine, or like do I feel like mounting danger?
Sure. Roll me an insight roll.
Insight. Not a good number. Let's see. 9.
9. You would have a general knowledge like this is dangerous, but it's also kind of exciting right now. And she seems fairly confident as you're going into this. So it's one of those like, this is cool. Like, yeah, it's kind of scary, but yeah, it's kind of cool. Adrenaline rushy feeling to it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just keep going then. Like, and think to myself, like, my parents told me to do something, make the most of the day, so here I am. So,
a good ways into the woods. Still, like, you can get back to the city fairly easily, but you go in probably a good 20 minutes into the woods at this point, and you start to see this structure made of stone that looks like nature's starting to reclaim it a little bit. Just like, we can check that place out. There's that one room on the second floor over there. Probably get a good view of anything we can watch.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So she begins to lead you into it, and there are some skittering sounds. You look over and you see one of those nasty looking squirrels with like its tail is just super gnarly looking, and looks like patches of its fur are falling off. It looks really diseased looking.
Okay.
Not a healthy looking squirrel, but it sort of hears a couple twig snaps from you guys walking, and it just runs off and scurries away.
Okay. I was whispering, whoa! Is that one of those squirrels?
Oh yeah, that one looks kind of sick, doesn't it? Huh.
Yeah, but I want to see more of that kind of stuff. Are you gonna see more of it, you think?
Oh yeah, we just gotta get up to the second floor and we'll just watch. We'll keep an eye out.
Okay, let's go.
So you crawl inside, go through the door that's already kind of broken off its hinges a little bit from time, and begin walking through, creaking as you walk up the stairs. You do notice there is kind of indicators that other things have been through here. Like windows are broken. There's a lot of kind of dirt, and you even notice a few footprints of things, so maybe some animals, smaller ones, have gone through here. But she takes you up the stairs to the second floor. And
anything that seems like alarming there, like any big footprints or something that would be like scary?
Give me another wisdom roll.
Well, I don't think that's gonna do anything. I don't even know my dice. She ain't that wise. Yeah, 4.
4. It's hard to tell from what's there. I mean, there's clearly like leaves and other things that have been blown in because of the windows being broken and the doors being unhinged. But she leads you up to that second story room. She starts looking out, and like from here we can get a pretty good viewpoint of kind of these two areas, these two side windows. We can keep a good lookout.
Yeah. I'm gonna like sit like somewhere where I can see, and then I'm gonna also like get my little sketchbook out and get ready to like draw anything I see if I'm like looking around.
Right. So as you are sitting there kind of quietly and watching, why don't you give me a perception roll again?
Rolling stinkers. Oh, that's way better. I'm sorry, my modifier is off for that. 19. Oh, no, I'm sorry, dirty 20.
All right.
And I'm sorry, you said on my character sheet the D, if her disadvantage isn't, that's not actually. Like,
yeah, we're not doing that.
Okay.
So you're keeping an eye out, watching. There's some birds that fly in. They don't look weird at all, though. They just look kind of like normal birds. They're chirping away. You hear some rustling off in the distance, and it sounds like something small is moving through some of the leaves out in the woods, but hard to see anything for sure. Paul's like, I can hear them, but too far away.
Can we get closer? Would it be safe?
Want to try?
Yeah, let's try.
Sure, yeah, let's go. So she'll start walking down the stairs. Would you follow her lead, or would you want to take the lead on this?
I'd probably follow her lead because I assume that she's been here more often. So I'll kind of follow her lead. But if I start to see that like some different way would be better, or if there seems like a danger or something, then I'll do my own thing. But so I guess it depends on the circumstance.
So you begin walking back down through the building, down the stairs, out the front door again, in the direction where you heard the rustling of the leaves. Why don't you give me another stealth roll as you're approaching?
16 this time.
Oops. 16. Okay. So you start kind of really going slow. You don't want to scare off whatever is over there. And you begin to approach and walk up a little bit of a rise of the ground. And then there's trees kind of in a direction. You're still listening for that sound. You hear some scurrying. And as you reach the top, you start looking around. And you notice there's a squirrel. It's pretty big in size, actually. Like, it's probably like the size of a dog it's grown to.
Okay.
And it's kind of bouncing around a little ways. And watches it kind of pauses for a second as you reach the top of this little hill. Kind of looks around and it starts taking off away. And Paul's like, come on, let's go. We can get closer, see it. And she starts hustling, trying to see if it runs up a tree or something.
Do I notice that it's running from anything, or is it just running because it saw us?
It seems like it saw you and is running.
Okay, I'll follow then.
Okay. So you begin hustling. You hear the scurrying up ahead as this is a fairly large squirrel kind of rustling through.
Terrifying.
Paul's like, we gotta keep up with it. And she's hustling ahead of you.
Okay.
I feel like you might be a little faster than her, but you're
I'll hustle too.
Right with her.
Mm-hmm.
As you continue to run, though, you start to hear kind of like this panic squeaking sound of what sounds like that squirrel up ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna I guess I'll grab Paula and be like, wait, do you hear that? And see if we can stop before we go up there.
You quickly come to a stop. What do you think? What do you think's doing that?
I don't know. Something's bigger than that squirrel, though.
You just continue to just hear this almost like thrashing sound and panic squeaky sound of the squirrel.
We should probably sneak if we're gonna look to see what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Give me another stealth roll.
This one actually matters. Okay, not bad. Uh, 18.
18. You begin to make your way closer, hear it to where the sound is. And you begin to look around some trees, and you look down into a lower section. The ground kind of moves downward. And you see the squirrel thrashing around, but it's caught in a bunch of webbing that's on the ground.
Oh. Does it look like
really thick webbing that's on the ground, and it's kind of thrashing, trying to get out, but it's just wrapping itself deeper into it.
Does it look like webbing like from a trap or like a spider web type of web?
It looks sort of spider webby. It's very thick though. It's a lot bigger than normal spider web you would see.
Okay, can I look around and see if I see any sort of like spider or something that could make the web?
Sure, give me a perception roll.
Okay. 16.
16. Okay. You kind of begin to look around the surrounding areas for any sign of a spider.
Mm-hmm.
You're not seeing much of anything. You just hear the continued thrashing of the squirrel, and you watch this. Paula kind of is like, "We have to help it," and she starts to move closer to it.
I just said that'd be after I look around. Then I'm gonna like immediately start going over and trying to like. Do I have a knife or anything on me?
Yeah, you probably could have a knife on you.
Yeah, just a knife. I'm gonna start like trying to cut it free, but also like looking around to see like make sure while we're cutting it away like that there's nothing like bigger that's coming to get its lunch type of thing.
Yeah. So as you approach, I mean, it's thrashing around. You have your knife out. You're trying your best to kind of calm it, to cut it loose, but it's one of those like it doesn't know what's a threat, so it's kind of like lashing out at you, even like trying to bite you a little bit as you get close. And Paul's like, here, I'll try to grab it, and you can cut. And she's just like, it's a struggle for the moment. Why don't you give me an animal handling check?
I was gonna say, can I try and calm it? I want to see if I. 12.
12. So you're having some difficulty, and Paul is also trying to like handle it, and it's just continuing to lash out and like go in for bites and scratches on you as you're trying to get to it. You're getting a little bit here and there. You're kind of having to cut further away from where the actual squirrel is to even get it loose to some degree. But then it continues to thrash, and more webbing gets caught on it, and it's just a mess at this point.
Okay.
But that's when you start to hear kind of this skitter of kind of through the leaves.
I guess I'll like, since I have my knife out, I'm gonna like look around and be like, and nudge Paula a bit. Did you hear that?
She's looking around as the squirrel continues to thrash and make noise and next to you. What's going on? And you look around. Give me another perception roll.
Okay. Oh, I got a nat 20. So it'd be. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting my perception. 23.
Okay. So you look around, and you hear that skittering sound. You kind of look over in the distance, and coming over one of the embankments there, you see a massive spider kind of looking thing. It's got green, a green torso and arms and legs, and looks like it maybe has like a little bit of fur coming off of it. What's really strange to you about this, these long legs, it has two pincer arms kind of in the front as well, a large circular mouth that you can see sharp teeth and dripping saliva or something coming out of it, and there's bulges on the top of its body, these kind of pustules or pockets of orange, almost goo looking, as they kind of wobble as it walks, but it's beginning to approach the direction that you are in. It's kind of scurrying along quickly.
I'm both horrified and very interested. So I feel like, though, I would take Paula and be like, "We have to hide right now."
Oh, what? She kind of looks over and sees what you're looking at.
And I'll try and like hide with her somewhere. Even though I feel very bad leaving the squirrel, I also know that we need to not die.
Give me a stealth roll as you attempt to find a hiding spot.
Too bad in stealth, which is 16 again.
16 again? Okay. You quickly begin to leave the squirrel to go find a spot to hide. And you hear this continue to get closer. And you watch as this large spidery looking, like this is huge. Like it's like bigger than a horse size in how big it is. And it just takes one of its front legs and just stabs into the squirrel and instantly silences.
Okay.
And it retracts the leg. And it's quiet.
Do we see it, or are we just listening? We hear.
Would you be looking at it, or would you be trying to hide completely from it?
Probably hide completely, so I guess maybe not.
Yeah, you don't know exactly where it is.
Okay.
But, like, you're behind one tree, Paula's behind another, and she's just trying to keep calm with the situation.
I'm gonna kind of be like to her to make sure she's like not breathing super loud and
she tries to cover her mouth.
Okay. Basically, just like I just want to stay still for like a few minutes until we like start hearing something somewhere.
As you're there in the quiet, you kind of begin to hear a few crunching of leaves.
Getting closer?
As it's getting closer your direction.
How fast did I see it move when we went to go hide? Did I see it move at all?
It looked pretty fast.
And if I look like forward, like through the woods and stuff, does there seem like there's any, or even like if we could loop back around to the building, does it seem like we could go anywhere that would be maybe safe, or is it like?
From what you've seen, I mean, the building's maybe a good 50 yards back the other direction. There's not much else in this area. It's pretty wide open forest besides that.
And how tall is this tree?
It's fairly tall. It's like typical foresty tree, so maybe, what is it, 30, 40, 50 feet or so.
Does this thing seem like it could, because obviously spiders can climb, but I don't know if it could climb like a tree like that if it'd be too big. Does it seem like it, just from what I saw of it moving, does it look like it could, or is it, like, if I had to guess?
I mean, it's a fairly big spidery looking thing, so it might have some difficulty, but you're not sure.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm thinking. I may at this point try and outrun it. So I guess like if I may look at Paula and be like, and point towards like a direction that looks like, because basically too, like if there's like trees and stuff, we can weave more easily than like a spider could. So like, or like a giant spider. So like I want to try and like point to a path that maybe it looked like it made it most difficult for the spider to get through, but us, we could get through fairly easily. Is there anywhere that looks like that? Are the trees too dense, or is it pretty like open?
It's not super dense forest, but you could make an attempt towards the most dense looking if you'd like.
Yeah, because I feel like, well, with it sneaking, did it seem like it hurt us when it like we were, since it's sneaking, we can like assume, I don't know, I assume that.
You
yeah,
hear it's coming closer to you, yeah. You just start running.
I'm gonna point to Paula and be like, and point to her direction, and I'm just gonna start, but I'm gonna make sure she's like behind me too, because I don't want to just like leave her.
So you just kind of motion, she's just looking absolutely terrified.
Okay.
And book it, start running. As soon
But
as
I know you said
you start running, the leaves like trampling sound happens. What were you gonna say?
I know you said I'm faster than her. I want to make sure I'm not. I don't want to like leave her behind. I want to like, keep pace with her. So like make sure she's getting there. Okay.
So you're kind of trying to keep at a pace that she can keep up with you. And you just start going. The leaf crunching sounds, the shuffling of the leaves, you're running along. And you hear kind of this sound as it looks like it's onto you now, this giant spider. You can hear it pursuing. You look back, and it's just going through the trees, like climbing over the sides and up over different ledges of rocks and just coming directly towards you. Paul lets out like a bit of a shriek when she sees it and continues to run as fast as she can. You're ahead of her slightly, trying to lead the way.
Yeah, I guess I'll try and look out as I'm running for like either like sort of building or just something that looks like it could be like a barrier to this, like something a spider, even like something the spider couldn't get to, whether it's like, you know, some sort of like tree that would be difficult for it to climb or like a cave, anything that would be like too small for it to like fit into, I guess.
Okay. I mean, there's occasional trees you could attempt to start climbing. You could run back towards the building if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and loop to the building if I can, but obviously make it so it's like do it wide enough so it's not like if the spider doesn't like gain traction, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense. So like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're running ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You hear this kind of sound of like the spider spat something at you. You kind of watch this glob of goo lands next to you and begins to like burn away some of the leaves as it's bubbling next to you. And Paula dodges out of the way of that.
Okay.
But you continue to run.
Okay. And I'll tell Paula like look out for that, like whatever the thing it just spat. I don't know. Like look out. I'll just say just to make sure she knows like to dodge too.
You continue to hustle back towards the building. It's within sight now.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like outpacing as this thing spits more at you. You're just keeping it slightly ahead as it's moving in closer. It looks like it's sort of gaining on your speed right now. But you had enough distance that you're just enough to get ahead of the spider and into the building. You feel as it kind of collides with the front of the building, just the shake of everything. It's got a lot of mass to it and just... But you're inside right now.
And is there like a door? Like do we have to hold the door? Or is the spider too big to even get through any sort of like...
The door, it seemed to have trouble to get through the door, but also the door was already broken off the hinges, so it's not really holding anymore. As the spider even hits it, it just kind of breaks off even more.
We'll go upstairs, I think. Like basically, or are the windows large enough for like a spider to get through, or is it they're all too small?
The windows are all too small.
Okay. I guess I'll try and like make sure that we're out of like it can't spit anything at us, but I'll like kind of lead Paula to a place where we can at least like sort of be hidden away from like doors and windows, but like where we can hide for a little while.
Okay, you scamper upstairs and try to begin to hide, but you continue to hear this sound on the edge of the building. This thing is hunting you.
Okay. I'm gonna look at her and be like, has this ever happened to you before?
She shakes her head.
Have you ever seen that thing before?
No.
Do you have any weapons? Do you know how to like do anything?
No.
Okay. Do I have any weapons on me besides like just a knife, or do I have
just
anything?
Just a knife at this point.
Okay. Does it seem? Where can I? Obviously, I can't see it necessarily, but where do I hear it? Like on the building.
It sounds like it's crawling up the walls on the outside, and it's sort of moving towards the roof.
Is there anything in the building that looks like it could be somewhat useful, whether to like throw at it, protect ourselves, anything that I can find?
You can give me a investigation or perception roll, your choice, what you'd choose to use.
Okay, let's see. I don't know if it really matters. I guess both of them are. Oh, I'll do perception. 13.
13, okay.
Yeah.
You begin to look around the room you're in. The only thing that you kind of catch a note of is it looks like there's some sort of chest in the closet of this room. But the rest is just kind of like worn down. There's like a bed that looks like it's sort of falling apart. There's the shades on the window that are tattered and weathered.
I'll go to the chest and look what's in it, see if I can find anything.
Sure. You go to try to open the chest and it appears to be locked.
Can I try and either pick it with my knife or like break the lock? I don't know if I'll try picking it first. I don't know if I'm good at it, but.
Okay. If you want to try to pick it, give me a dexterity check.
Okay. Oh, rolled well. Hold on. 22.
22. So you're wiggling it in there. It's sort of rusted already. And you're able to snap it just enough so that the lock actually breaks, but you get it off and open.
Okay. I'm gonna look what's inside.
You open it up, and it's some scattered goods. Looks like there's a set of candles, these purple candles that are in there. That looks like a chest set as well at the side of it. One of those like fold-in ones that have pieces that would be probably in the middle. There's a bottle of liquid. It's kind of brown and murky looking though. You reach down a little more too, and you find a golden ring and a stone, like an obsidian stone, at the base of it.
Knowing what I do, I guess, about like artifacts from like my dad, like whatever, can I like examine these objects and see if any of them are, and even the potion or the liquid, whatever it is?
Give me an intelligence roll.
Uh, 12.
12?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff looks pretty mundane. I mean, the ring might be worth something, the stone might be worth something. You're not sure what the liquid in the bottle is. It doesn't look good, though. It looks like maybe something's gone bad. It's hard to tell.
I'll take the ring and the stone and just put them in, like, in my pocket.
Okay.
Can I smell the liquid?
Sure.
Does it smell like anything?
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no! Oh, I got a nat 20.
Perfect.
Let's see. I don't think I have. I have just +1. It's a 21.
It's a pretty
Very
nasty
bad.
smelling liquid, whatever this is, but you're kind of able to hold together. Whew, move away from you.
Okay. I'm sorry. So you said ring, stone, weird potion, candles.
There's, looks like a set of candles, purple candles, and then there is one of those like chessboards that folds over on itself. You can hear pieces inside of it when you shake it.
Can I just look at the pieces and see if there's anything there?
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of look through them real quick. Are you taking a thorough look of it, or just kind of a quick glance?
Let's do a thorough look every time, I think.
So, but you hear the skittering continue, like out in the surrounding areas as you're doing this.
Yes. Okay. Does it seem like there's more spiders coming, or just like the one that's like?
Sounds like one to you, still.
Okay. I'll take a thorough look for now, but just because I don't know what's in here, but that's all.
Okay, thorough look. Give me an investigation roll.
Yeah, 5. No.
5. I mean, you're quickly trying to make a thorough look through. You get the sense maybe there's some pieces missing, but you don't find much of use to it.
I'm gonna take the pieces.
Okay.
And I'll also take yeah, I'm gonna take the pieces.
Okay.
And Is there an area where I hear the skittering most at, or no?
Yeah, it's kind
Like
of...
if it's on like one...
It's on the wall, like, almost right outside the room where you're in.
Okay. Is there like a window that's like opposite to like, is there a window opposite that wall? Like where it couldn't see me by the window?
So there's 2 outward-facing walls in this room. One where the spider is, and you kind of begin to see its body now moving in front of these windows. And there's the side window that's off from there. Otherwise, it's 2 interior walls on the other walls.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak over to the windows where the spider isn't.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw the pieces as far and hard as I can to try and like, and I'm gonna throw them like just like a few of them, like maybe 3 of them really fast. So it's like noise, basically trying to make noise like far away from us if possible.
Okay.
I have no idea if that'll work, but I obviously don't want the spider to hear me like being right there. You're throwing it either, so trying to do it as like stealthily as possible.
So give me a dex roll for this.
Oh. 23.
23.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of get low up against the front wall where the spider is to crawl along it and stay low. You can see though it's kind of like looking in the windows. You watch as like a leg kind of sweeps in through the window, almost like it's trying to feel around for anybody inside of it. Paul is back close to the closet, just staying as close to that as she can and out of sight. And you sneak over to the other side of the room where there's that window and go and take the pieces and chuck them as far as you can. And they scatter out there. You hear the skittering sound kind of move closer to that side of the building. But so far, it just kind of is like looking, it looks like.
Is there any, like, can I see a leg of the spider? Like, is there any sort of like, because I'm obviously hidden right now. Is there like any, like, is it exposed where I could like stab it or anything? Like, is that
There's some windows that you could probably reach and stab it if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
And also, I want to stab and then try and move back as fast as, like, basically stab and, like, immediately, because I assume it's going to, like, do what I saw it do, like, sweep in or spit something at me, so.
Okay.
Are we ready to move?
Give me an attack roll. You can use just a dex roll for that.
Okay. 9.
9. You swing out and kind of hit a spot on this. Your knife really isn't meant for combat, though. It's more of like a pocket knife type thing, and it doesn't seem to do much. It kind of like bounces off of it, and you kind of hear the skittering as this thing shifts and turns. You watch as one of its legs through the stone of the wall into the room, and a second one just collides in as it looks like it's now beginning to like snap through the stone, like crumbling pieces of the wall into the room. Seem to have upset it.
Okay. I am going to... I think I'm going to look back at Paul. She's like young, right? She's like younger than I am.
She's younger than you, yeah.
She's like I'm going to look at her and be like...
Yeah, younger.
Yeah, so I'm going to be like, you have to run. Run right now. Because I obviously made it mad, so I'm like...
She begins to like turn to run out of the room. What about you?
I'll be fine. Just, even though I know I won't be.
She starts running, hustling down the steps, down the steps, and
as she's running, I'm gonna try and like stab it again to like try and distract it further. I guess I don't know.
Sure, give me another attack roll with your dex.
Dex, okay. That was worse. 7.
7. Yeah, again, just this thing's moving now really quickly out of the way. You take a swing at it, and it takes a spit of acid into the room, right where you're standing. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
thank God that's like my highest one. 15.
15. Just a few like droplets of this stuff get onto you, but it burns horribly.
Okay.
And it starts to sizzle away at little bits of your skin. You quickly have to retract back into the room away from it. And it has a sort of really corrosive, toxic smell to it as well, as it begins to burn through the flooring in the room that you're in.
Okay. I'm gonna try. I guess I'll try stabbing it again, just because at this point I gotta try.
Okay, go ahead and roll one more attack.
Come on, guy, come on. A little bit better. What's it, +4? I forget. 14.
14. You feel like you finally get a good spot to push in with your dagger onto this, or your little knife into this creature.
Mm-hmm.
But its hide feels thick and hard, and you just kind of, again, bounce right off of it.
Do I see like any vulnerable spot on it that looks like it would be like even an eyeball? Like if this thing's giant, it has spiders have tons of eyes. Any eyeballs, anything like that like seem vulnerable?
From the window, it's hard to get a lot because it's mostly the legs you see right now. It's kind of perched with its legs on the walls. Potentially, those eyeballs could be a spot. There's the orange blobs on the back that maybe could be something. You're not sure, but you can't really see them from where you're at because its torso, like its underside, is there. But as you're looking at its body, it looks like thick hide, whatever it is. Very strange looking, little green fur coming off of it. And these legs just feel almost like metal in how hard they are. They're quite strong. And another leg goes through the wall in your direction, but just out of range of you.
If the legs are coming in, does it look like, and this would obviously be crazy, but I want to see if I could do it. Does it look like I could climb the, because obviously those weird sacks and stuff are up there, it's because its bottom side is too thick to get through. If I climbed on top of it, because obviously couldn't get me there, does it look like I could do that potentially, or is that?
It's just like going with its leg through the wall, creating a little spike almost that goes in.
Oh,
so
okay,
it's
so it's not it didn't bust all the way through. Okay.
No, it's not crumbling the walls. It's just like a spike through the wall and then retracting. You'd have to climb out the window to even try to get on the spider.
I guess I'm gonna back up a little bit and see what it does, see what it's gonna do. Actually, Paula's up there. Do I hear Paula at all still, or is she gone?
You're hearing this as she's running down the stairs right now.
Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking. I guess if does it look like I get close enough to the window to get on? Because if the spider's if its legs are this, kind of does it look like it could maybe get me if it, if I went out around the window, or does it? Yeah, that makes sense.
Potentially, it's a little more risky for you because you can't climb as well as this thing can, so it'd be a challenge, but you can try.
I'm gonna try it. I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna get anywhere with my little baby knife.
So you're gonna try to get onto the spider. I need you to give me an athletics check.
Acrobatics?
Nope. This is athletics. This is strength required here. Oh, yeah, strength check.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm thinking. Probably have -1. Oh, I'm not my little baby rogue self anymore. -1 strength. That would be a 15.
15. You begin to start to climb out onto the spider. You kind of grab onto one of the legs through the window and kind of try to pull yourself up. It starts to shake its body, though, and flips you off as you fall from the second story onto the ground. It begins to turn, skitter down towards you. As Paul is now just running out the front door, and she's starting to run.
I'm gonna try, I guess, can I get up, or am I, like, currently, like, hurt?
It's not like you're seriously injured. You're kind of bruised a little bit from it, but you can stand up.
I'm gonna try running, like, because if Paul's running, like, one direction, I want to try running the opposite direction. Let's give it a go.
So you get up to go the opposite direction from where Paul is. The spider turns and leaps off the building and lands on the ground. You can again feel like its hefty weight as it shakes, or you can hear the thud as it lands. You start running one way, Paul's running the other. It turns and starts running towards Paula.
Okay, I'm gonna turn and start running towards it.
Okay. It's scurrying along after her. She's screaming now as she turns back and sees it coming her direction. And you're in hot pursuit.
Yeah.
But you watch as a big glob of the spit flies out as Paul's running and hits her right on the back, and she falls onto the ground, kind of screaming in pain as that happens.
Okay, this is gonna really scare me. I'm going to... How close am I to the spider?
You're probably, I'd say 30 feet behind it.
I want to try to throw my knife at one of the, like, the pus pocket things or whatever at the top of it, if I can.
Give me another dex attack roll. I'm guessing you want to use dex, not strength, so I'm always going dex.
No. Yes, dex. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And it kind of pokes into one of these and just, it writhes a little bit as it starts to leak this orange liquid from that little pus sac. It looks like there's something inside of it too. You're not quite sure what it is, but it stops for a moment, but then just continues forward as Paul is on the ground, kind of like crying out in pain.
Am I able to run and, like, jump on the spider if possible and, like, get, like, somehow grab my knife and, like, slide it down? I don't know if that's even possible at all, but, or at least try and just distract it. I don't know.
Give me another athletics roll.
I'm glad I'm not as bad as I was when I was a rogue, but oh, it's not bad. 14.
14. Again, you jump up on it. This thing's weight, though, just, like, shifts and bumps you as you try to get, like, up to do it. Just swings its backside and bumps you. You go bouncing off of it as it moves closer to Paula, raises one of its pincer legs, and right into her, straight through her. Lifts it up, and her body's kind of still just hanging from it, completely impaled all the way through. She goes silent as this happens. It begins to turn with her limp body still on one of its legs and starts turning your direction.
I don't have my knife. I don't have anything. I guess I'm gonna try to run if I can and hide, I guess.
Do you want to hide in the building or hide in the woods?
Hide in the woods, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. You want to run in the direction of the city?
Yeah.
Okay. You start running now, full speed, trying to get as far away as you can. You hear this scuttering behind you. Looking back occasionally, you see this, her body just kind of like limply bouncing as its legs moving. There's a point, though, where it's moving in closer. You hear what sounds like a horn like a sound.
Mhm.
Back from deeper in the woods, though. It's not by the city. And the spider stops immediately, turns, and starts heading that direction at a quick pace away from you.
It still has Paul's body, or did it drop it?
It still has the body.
I'm gonna kind of take stock for a second because I'm like very obviously shaken, but I feel really horrified that she just died. Can I sneak and kind of see if I can follow it? Because I want to try and at least see if I can help her.
As you try to sneak behind it, it just is outpacing you. It's moving through the woods faster than you can keep up. But you kind of watch as it continues deeper, further into the woods. But you lose sight of it after a little bit. And it disappears.
I'm gonna try and make my way back to the city. What is it like? How much later is it? Is it like?
It's probably getting close to like sunset time. It's later in the afternoon right now.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go back to the city and see if I can at least get help or something. I don't know. I feel really like shaken.
Mm-hmm. Do you go in through the main gate? Is that where your plan would be? Or you want to sneak back in the route that she showed you?
I'm gonna say the main gate just because I don't know, I want to like try and get help, and if there's guards there, like I want to see if I can try and get their help. They wouldn't like attack me or anything, would they? Or do I know if they would?
Most likely not.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna try and get help them there.
You get to the gate, clearly shaken looking. The guards offer assistance. You tell them your story. They say they're going to send a search party out to see if they can find her or anything. But you are escorted back to the school. And the guards give a full account of what happened to your parents, who look very disapprovingly at you as this is happening.
Are the guards still here, or are we alone now?
The guards kind of tell them everything, take their leave. Your parents they just look kind of in shock, and they go off and talk for a second.
I'm going to, I guess, just like, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of be in shock and just wait for them to, I don't know, probably lay into me, I guess. I'm just gonna sit there and be like, 'cause I obviously am pretty shaken from everything that just happened, so.
Yeah, you get a pretty stern, like, scolding from your parents.
Okay.
And just kind of so irresponsible for doing this. You got the girl killed.
I think I would just be like crying though and being like, I didn't know what was, like, she said she goes out there all the time. I thought that she would, like, she knew the area. I didn't know, like, I don't know, I'm kind of trying to like, but obviously I feel very bad because I feel like I did get, like, I contributed to this, so.
But they'll leave you to in your room.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really talk much to you after that. They're pretty quiet that rest of the evening.
I'll be too, probably. Probably try to say anything.
Continue to kind of see that form, though. That large spider with the green kind of body and fur.
Mm.
The weird orange blobs on its head. It just kind of sticks in your mind, this horrifying image of this creature and what it did out there in the woods today.
I'm gonna like take one of my notebooks and like draw it out exactly how I remember it and make sure that like I get the details correct and use the right colors and things like that. And then like, yeah, just basically try and like keep account of it so I can know what to call it if I know a name for it later, or like, yeah, I don't know. Keep a record of it.
Have a fairly accurate depiction of it. Write down maybe a few details about it that you remember. But later that evening you finish your drawing, finish your notes, close your book. That's where we're going to end today's session for your session 0.
Bad.
Yeah.
I got someone killed. Oops.
This is your intro
so
to the
useless.
campaign. We'll see where you end up being, I guess, in a week from today's date in the archetype, but like when people are watching this, it'll be well into the campaign likely. So who knows? I don't know. But I'm excited to see what Winnifred's story is going to be and where she'll go. So thanks for watching, people. See you later.